So in R, this is called a data frame where you have column names. How to see column names? Call dot names. Column names, iris is the dataset name. If I click it, it will show me the column names. This is row names. If there is any row names, it will show me the row names. These row names are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is no specific row names in our case. So we can have row names, we can have column names in our data set. So the simplest data structure in R is data frame. Other structures which are more generic include table, table and list. We will see them when we will be doing further analysis. So you can see iris data is stored in here. Now, Boxplot. In the Boxplot, you see I have included another thing. I want to plot iris data, but with the help of square bracket, I will say I only want to include first 4 variables. I repeat again here, in the iris data, we have first 4 variables which are numeric, and the 5th one is categorical. We do not make box plot for categorical data. So I have to remove this 5th column from the box plot. So I say, we use row comma column. So I say, I don't want to disturb the rows, and just I want to use 1 column 4. I repeat, this is showing I am not worried about the rows. This is showing that this space is showing I don't worry about the row numbers, or I want to use all the rows. Then comma 1 column 4. This stands for I just want to make box plot for the first 4 variables, first 4 features. By which variable? I want to separate the variables with respect to species. I don't. If I don't do this, let's see. I think this is extra. Yeah, that was extra. By it was extra. So you can see it's a sepal length, sepal width, petal length has high fluctuation, and petal width. So this is a box plot, but simply what I had to do, I had to introduce that I want variables. 1 minute. Six people are here. So this is a way to plot box plots. You can change the colors, you can change the notations, you can change appearance. There is a lot you can play with. For example, if I say box plot, then you have so many different commands and so many things to do. I am just giving you an introductory session about how we are using it. The more you dig, the more you get. So this is the way this is called data mining. Okay, let's just Qplot. In Qplot, we can see whether a variable follows normal distribution or not following normal distribution. We have to use the library which is called stats. In the stats library, I use the command qnorm for the variable sepal length of the iris data. Control enter. I see this is not perfectly straight line. Some of the values are away from a straight line, like these values. Some of the values are away from a straight line on the right hand side as well. What that means? And furthermore, you can see after -1 till around 1, you can see it's a little straight line. Otherwise, there is a curvature. I want to say all these points are not following or lying on a straight line. So Qplot, a normal Qplot says that if all the values lies on a straight line, then you can assume that your data is following normal distribution. But in our case, I feel it is deviating from normal distribution. What I can check? I can check histogram, copied, pasted. It's showing yes, my assumption is right. It is not a bell shape. Some of you who have studied statistics would have seen Kruskal test. This is a test which is used to see whether your data is normally distributed or not. Kruskal test, KWS, KS. Kruskal values, KWS. No, Kruskal valley is a different one. Oh, and Kruskal valley test. Yes. Yeah, if I don't find my because of ks.test, yeah, this is the command ks.test normality test in R. No voice. Why there is no voice? Can you hear me? Okay. Oh, little distortion. Okay, so if you have any issue, for example, if you don't know how to test normality, just write on Google, typing error, normality test. Indians are working a lot. अजीब आवाज नहीं आ रही, क्या बाकी लोगों को आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir, आ रही है.
सर आवाज आ रही है मगर डिस्टॉर्शन है बहुत ज्यादा.
ये इशू ये है कि ज़्यादा अच्छा इंटरनेट कौन सा है मुझे सॉन्ग वाला तो है और कोई अच्छा इंटरनेट है तो
सर आप कौन सा इंटरनेट यूज कर रहे हैं?
सॉन्ग वीक सॉन्ग का भी पैकेज.
सर एक्चुअली पाकिस्तान में ये एरिया भी बहुत मैटर करता है किस एरिया में आप इंटरनेट यूज कर रहे हैं. हर एरिया की सर्विस वेरी करती है.
नहीं, मैं ये जेनरिक कमेंट पास नहीं करूंगा कि सबका इंटरनेट खराब है. हाँ, ये हो सकता है
आपकी आवाज चल गई.
एरिया टू एरिया जो है वो वेरी कर सकता है. एरिया टू वेरी, लेकिन ये जेनरिक कमेंट पास करना अच्छा है. अगेन आवाज, अब अगर आवाज आ रही है तो फिर आगे इसको क्लिक करें. ये कोई एयरफोर्स का आदमी भी है क्लास में? ओके,
जी सर एक ही.
शायद एक बात. ओके ओके, कैरी ऑन. so with the help of you don't know how to do that. तो ये पॉइंट आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि क्वेश्चन है तो आप लिख के दे दें यहाँ पर, आपको कंफ्यूज. बाकी किसी बच्चे ने किसी लड़के ने कहा था लास्ट टाइम कि उर्दू में ज़्यादा क्लियर है, और मैंने थोड़ा स्टडी किया तो ये बात सच है। ये जो आपके जो सर्वर्स होते हैं वो एरिया टू एरिया ट्रेंड होते, मॉडल्स उनके ट्रेंड होते हैं एनएलपी के अंदर, और स्पीच टू टेक्स्ट और टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच मॉडल्स के अंदर ये चीज़ें होती हैं। व्हाट आई कैन, ये तो बहुत फुल सिग्नल शो कर रहे हैं। मैडम जहरा फिर इसके बाद उर्दू पढ़ा रही होंगी आप पूरे, ये अवॉइड कर। ओके, तो oh, this is showing full signal to me, percent full. I don't know. So let's see. Let's try. Screen sharing and your record as well. So this is another way to write the command. And in the command, if I run this, I have this. And if I run it further, so you see we have the QQ plot, which is showing that not all the points are lying on this straight line. That means this variable is not perfectly following a normal distribution. What I can do is another test. Further, we can use the KS test, KS.test, and the variable is iris dollar sepal length, and control enter. What is iris length? Very common, but if you leave it, you will forget it. There are websites that help you a lot. You can see, yeah, see GG publisher package, and you can say it will show you whether your data is inside the margins like it is acceptable or not acceptable. For example, GG pub, and then I say iris and sepal. See, it's so easy to see, is your data acceptable in the acceptable range for assuming it as a normal distribution. You see, this last observation is away from the band, and these 1, 2, 3, 4 few observations are also outside this band. So we can say this is a more left skewed data, left tailed data as compared to the right tailed data. This is another way to look at whether the data is following normal distribution or not following normal distribution. Normality, yeah, Shapiro-Wilk test. Yes, test and Shapiro-Wilk test. For example, if I say Shapiro-Wilk test, Shapiro-Wilk test, it is a statistical test which is called non-parametric test. And if I do this, it is showing me p-value. You know what is p-value? So in a very general way, if p-value is less than 0.05, then we accept alternative hypothesis. So this is a way of looking at things. For example, is my data normally distributed or my data is not normally distributed? I will just straightforward look into the p-value. I can see the p-value is less than 0.05. So straightforward, I can say this variable sepal length is not following normal distribution. This is a very short way to see whether your data is bell-shaped, normally distributed, or not normally distributed. There are more than 10 different ways to see your data is normal or not normal, because having a normally distributed data is a gift for you. But in real life, you will see most of the data sets are not normally distributed. You have to struggle, you have to work to make them normally distributed. So this is a limitation in AI, machine learning, and data mining community. Now I go back to the chapter. You will study variance, standard deviation, quantile plot. I have done quantile plot. We have covered it. You will read them. Histogram, scatter plot, and correlation. Now we do correlation. You know what is correlation? Correlation, a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. For example, temperature and an ice cream sales. So if there is high temperature, there is a high chance that there will be more and more ice cream sales, or there will be more demand for rides like rickshaw ride or Uber rides comparative to if it is cloudy. So there are like correlation, strength of relationship. Strength means in the number form. Correlation can range from -1 to +1. For example, -1 correlation means it is perfectly inverse relationship. For example, if one thing increase, the other thing perfectly decrease. If one thing increase by 5 units, the other variable or the other thing decrease by 5 units. That is called perfectly inverse correlation. There is one other perfectly positive correlation. This is called a direct relationship or directly proportional. For example, if one thing increased by 5 units, the other thing also increased by 5 units. That is called perfectly positive correlation. But otherwise, it can have range from -1 to +1. Like you can see 0 to 2 little correlation, 0.2 to 0.4 weak correlation, 0.4 to 0.7 is acceptable, 0.7 to 0.9 is strong correlation. But this is for engineering students. If you are from business background, like commerce background or economics background, you will say having not commerce. For the social science background people, having studied psychology, blah blah, psychology or home economics type things, they will see that if they have correlation of 0.25, 25% correlation, even then it is very significant. Reason is that even if you analyze some social problem in Karachi, there is more than 20 million population. Officially, it is 12 or 13 million, but informally, as I heard, it is more than 20 million. 2 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोग हैं और officially शायद 1 करोड़ 30 लाख 1 करोड़ 40 लाख. So even then it is a big population. It's like a bigger than the country, many countries, not one. So this is a way to see the correlation ranges, and you will see high fluctuation in understanding. Some people say 0.4 is weak, but social scientists will say 0.54 correlation is very high, or a marketing research person will say 0.4 correlation is very high. So it varies from application domain to application domain. Now, if I go back to R, this is a library which is called Coreplot. I want to first calculate the correlations, and then I want to plot the correlations. This is something new, I think, for the first time you will see, except those who are already working. So first I say the command COR. COR stands for I want to find a correlation. I explained correlation is the strength of relationship. So if I go back to the book, so I don't know. So correlation is the strength of relationship, and there are shapes. Correlation plot. If I say correlation plot, so नहीं easy सा निकालते हैं. Yeah, correlation. For example, X variable and Y variable, and you see they are all close to this red line. This red line is the straight line, and the other points are the real data points scattered around this red line. The correlation is 0.89, means it's good, strong correlation between these two variables. Here, movie votes and movie reviews. So how many votes, how many reviews? See, it is also a straight line, but it is scattering from left and right. It is not a perfect straight line. This is also a way of visualizing large data sets. This is called heat maps. Heat. The red color is showing negative correlations. The blue one showing positive correlations. So this is called heat map. This is also possible in R and Python. Otherwise, there are online tools as well that you can use. We will see this one today, and we can do this one later on as well. So in R, you can use other package to do like this, or you can use other package to do like this. So you see, different packages have different flavors, different approaches. Even you can do like this, which is showing there are 3 classes. The diagonal is showing variables. Oh yeah, see, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and this is showing a scatter of these plots for the 3 types of species. You can go to this website. Yeah, it's a medium, yeah. Raghavan. Indian are very, very advanced in these fields, and they are making very good money as well. So you see, because of these lines of code, they can make that plot that is shown here. I don't know which package is this, but the more you explore, the more you will find. In your reporting, in your report project, the more you will work, you will have more better results and visualizations as well. So that's why I was saying, even if you just consider heat maps, there is a lot of varieties in heat maps. I used heat maps in bioinformatics, and I was using for coronavirus as well. So these are very useful, and these are very practical things too. So beans plot, and this is a complete different world. If you go to visualization, any group who can visualization techniques in data mining, or visualization techniques in again physics, particle physics or fluid dynamics or somewhere, so you can do this as a project as well. Okay, returning back, first I saw the correlation, and I can show you this correlation. So sepal length, with sepal length the correlation is 100% because this is the same variable. Sepal width, with sepal width it is same, and sepal petal length is same. I should have used 4 for 10 minutes. So see, and otherwise, if some iris flower have large length, its width will be smaller, and its petal length will be larger, and petal width will be larger. So you see, correlation positive means one thing increases, the other thing also increases, and negative correlation means one variable increases, the other variable decreases. So this is simple interpretation, easy way to explain things. There is further details about correlations, but which is called non-linear correlations, but we will study or discuss in later classes. Now, last command is correlation plot with just only one line. Got the plot. Why it is showing like this, bubbles, blue and orange? Because we have only 4 variables. 100% correlation is the blue, 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 blue in the diagonal. Petal length is large. Sepal length is also large. Very good correlation, but it is like 80%. This is 99% or 95%. This is like 70%. And how I can see, this is the plot which is showing me 96% or 36%. One more thing, it is a symmetric data. Symmetric data means if it is minus 11.-117568 at row number 1, column number 2, 1 2, then it is 2 1. So value at 1 2, 1 comma 2 is same as 2 comma 1. Value at 1 row, first row, third column is same as value at third row, first column. This is called symmetric. So you can consider only top above values above the diagonal values or below the diagonal. So this is a way to visualize correlation data. So this is another scatter plot. Yes, and last thing, there is a book. Yeah, so you will find too many things which even I have not used in my research projects. If somebody want to work on this visualization techniques, this book has shown a lot of many. This is scatter plot we have seen in Google. This is also a plot like a stock market plots or comparing between different variables. Yeah, this is the Chernoff cases. So you remember that you have played Angry Bird to know this smiley face. Now all this is adopted by different softwares. So basically it is coming from statistics. It is called multivariate visualization, multivariate analysis, and from multivariate it is coming to data mining, and from data mining now it is part of, I think, most of the softwares, social networking softwares. So thank you. Visualizing complex data. This is also possible to have a word cloud. This is called word cloud. You can have different types of word cloud if you are working with text data. You can easily make word cloud with free available tools. You can use R, Python, MATLAB, any other language to make this type of beautiful plots. For example, this one, COVID-19, quarantine, China, virus, because China is running the whole world, so it's fine. Wuhan, so isolation, medicine, acute, deadly, and lockdown, contamination. So what are the keywords which are more used by a social network website or Twitter accounts? So it is COVID-19. And which are the words which are more associated with COVID-19 are quarantine, virus, China outbreak, coronavirus, lockdown, contamination. So this is a way to see how, and cybersecurity is a threat for the world now and years. Cybersecurity, particle physics, and from particle physics, the new algorithms in the quantum mechanics, they are very dangerous and they can break any password. So also you will see the new technologies coming up in very short time. Data will be, I don't believe on data security on the internet, but then it will be even more difficult to secure your personal information from other people. Basically, we are normally hiding information from one another, but we are sharing information with Google and Microsoft. And so, in short, this is a way of visualizing. You see, there is a large bundle of different ways of of the word cloud as well. So, in every topic, you are going towards a total project. Then we stop here because data similarity, dissimilarity, and how to use them, binary distances. Yeah, Minkowski, Cherkassky, cosine, Euclidean, Manhattan. So we will study these because distance can be for numeric data, distance can be for categorical data as well. Okay, for 3 minutes left. Anybody have any question? Any comment to pass? Let me know. No questions? So your job is to number 1, read through chapter 2. ऐसा नहीं करिएगा कि मेरा दोस्त पढ़ लेगा, आपको खुद पढ़ना है. Read through chapter 2 till the point we have covered. Number 2, practice R with the commands we have covered. अच्छा, मुझे पूछना था कि प्रोजेक्ट ग्रुप के बारे में आप लोगों ने कहाँ तक प्रोग्रेस किया, कि अब टाइम जो है वो इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, अचानक से आप देखेंगे कि सेमेस्टर ख़त्म हो जाएगा. तो कोशिश करें कि आप मुझे ये अपडेट इस हफ्ते में दे दें. CRs दोनों जो हैं वो इसके बारे में मुझे अपडेट कर दें और क्या करें. अगर आप लोग
सर वो आपने एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
ये बोले.
हेलो
जी
सर, वो आपने कहा था कि प्रोजेक्ट के हवाले से आप एक मैनुअल सेंड कर देंगे ताकि हमें आइडिया हो जाए कि हम ग्रुप में किस बंदे को क्या काम देंगे.
वो मैंने आपके ग्रुप पे शेयर कर दिया था. ये डॉक्यूमेंट, वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट आपके ग्रुप
नहीं
में.
सर, आपने नहीं, मैं उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा. आपने एक कहा था कि प्रोजेक्ट पूरा किस तरह से मतलब बनेगा, उसका पूरा एक आपने कहा था ना एक सेंड करेंगे. ये तो आपने जो सेंड किया इसमें तो ये था कि ये काम करना है. अगर वो ऐसा कुछ वर्किंग मॉडल सेंड नहीं हो सकता कि पूरा मतलब किस तरह का बना है.
हाँ, वर्किंग मॉडल लाइब्रेरी में भी रखे हुए हैं. गूगल करें, गूगल करके देख लें तो बहुत सारे रखे हुए हैं. एक जेनरिक स्टाइल जो होता है वो मैंने 4 to 6 चैप्टर्स का जेनरिक मॉडल होता है वो मैंने वहाँ पे आपको दे दिया है. बाकी आपकी, मैं इतना ज़्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं करना चाहता कि फिर ऐसा हो कि आप रोबोट बन जाएं. तो फ्रीडम रखी जाएगी ताकि आप डाइवर्सिटी, अपना स्किल यूज़ करें, अपनी नॉलेज और अपना स्किल भी यूज़ करें. तो बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट नहीं होगा, बस कवर एक जैसा बना दिएगा, बस इतना होगा. लेकिन कवर का काम जो है अभी 2 महीने के बाद आएगा, तो इसलिए अभी आपके पास कवर पेज की इश्यूज बाद में आएंगे. और दैट्स इट. या वो जो डॉक्यूमेंट दिया है वो काफ़ी यूज़फुल है, आप उसको फॉलो करें. और 4 से ज़्यादा की गुंजाइश नहीं है. ये मैंने ग्रुप मेंबर्स की बात करी. तो 4 मेंबर्स, और try to have 4 members because if there will be lesser, it will make problem for me as well for marking the mark. I have less than 1 minute. Any question?
सर आप कोई वेबसाइट बता सकते हैं जहाँ से हमें ये इसके वर्किंग मॉडल मिल जाए, मतलब हमें थोड़ा आइडिया हो जाएगा.
google.com.
गूगल से.
जी, बहुत अच्छी वेबसाइट है.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू. हाफिज.
सर आपने अटेंडेंस तो ली नहीं.
हो गई है, कर रहे हैं.